Welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 13 properties, 11 on Treb, 2 more on the Oakville Milton board. If you're just starting to tune into Milton Daily Homes episodes, there's this funny thing we have here where geographically we have 2 real estate boards that overlap and kind of share information. So there's some that are only on one, some that are only on another MLS system, and then some are on both and combined. And whenever we list a home, we always put a listing on both because it's just more exposure. It just makes sense. Tonight at Turtle Jack's in Milton, we're running a fundraiser for a special little boy named Ethan. And Ethan is, his parents are clients of ours, and he recently has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. So he's undergoing all kinds of treatments, and just it's tough. So we're trying to make some money for his family. If you want to come between 5 and 10, I'm going to put a link down below, and just reserve a seat because it's caught on, and there's a lot of people that want to show up. Or if you want to donate, just let us know. We're just here for the family, trying to do a good thing, and let's talk about some properties. So it's become really hard right now in Milton to find anything for $329,000, especially a townhouse. And this one even has a backyard, and it's in good shape. So we've seen condo townhouses that have sold for $400,000, quite a few of them actually. What struck me about this one is you've got an original kitchen, but you can see it's clean. It's been well kept. So even though those cupboards look a little bit old, you've got appliances that have been done. You've got nice moldings here, good window coverings. So I always say this to people is that you might have a home that has some old school features, like that countertop is probably as old as I am. But if it's been kept well, people have a better impression than a home that has modern, sort of like new fancy finishes that hasn't been kept well. I think pride of ownership is probably the number one factor that determines appeal on a property. Now, the one thing that may hold this one back from hitting that 400 number is the baseboard. So if you look right here, there's electric baseboard heat. With the price of hydro these days, that's becoming a bit of a tough sell for buyers. If you manage it and only turn it on when it needs to be turned on, I've heard people that have done quite well with their energy bills. But hydro has just kind of catapulted past gas in terms of cost. So anyway, I predict this one's going to sell for a lot more than $329, but it may not hit those record prices just because there's a little bit of an emergency brake set on it by having the electric baseboards. Now, we've talked about this style of home before. So these are stacked towns. So there's townhouse, 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 and then there's an upper, so second and third level, and then main plus basement. This unit is main plus basement. I think the photos are pretty bad. But what I like about it is you could pretty much live on one floor. So on this floor, you've got your kitchen, you've got 1 bedroom, 1 washroom, and a living room. And that's pretty much what you need, and laundry too. So you could live fully here. The basement has 2 more bedrooms downstairs, and this would be good for, like, I imagine like an older, like a senior maybe on the top floor, but then maybe their son or daughter, maybe with a kid, someone who's divorced, maybe they could live downstairs in the basement and kind of have separate areas. So I think there's a lot of demographic demand for something like this. And there's a fair bit of space too. The total finished space I think is about 1,500 square feet. Now this one on Manley is kind of interesting too, because it's $599 for a semi, which, you've got to be at a certain size to for that to make sense. There may be a hole in the ceiling here because of the projector. The layout's kind of interesting. It kind of like you have to weave through the layout here. It's a bit more of kind of a European design where you're in the kitchen, but you've got a bit of a family room back here with tile. So this is the thing that I think is kind of the biggest puzzle for me, is how many people would want a backyard 140 feet, which is amazing, which is like double what some of the other lots are, but with no grass. And it's a real pain to get all these stones out of here. that's going to be a real interesting challenge for them. I don't know. Maybe someone will love that. I think the philosophy that I always remind people is that you only need one buyer. But I would think that at least 90% of the buyers that want to buy a home with a 140-foot lot would want some grass back there. So they're holding back on offers. 1861 square feet. Like this one should... I mean, if it had grass in the back, I could see it going for 6 or more. But, sometimes there's some X factors out there. And as they say in the Super Bowl, that's why we play the game. Now, this one on Appleby has been at 2.5 or so for such a long time. I don't know if I love that front shot. For some reason, every agent who's listed this, and there's been a few of them, have never put like a front shot for this house. They've always done this sort of artistic view. Just something that would show this home and what it is on the front. I just think would make sense. A drone maybe just above where you could see the home and you can see the land and the view together, I think would be the winning formula. I really like this one. Walkout basement. There's also kind of a mishmash of pictures from this home from previous listings and different compositions, and it doesn't really flow. You've got a narrow one here, and then you've got a wide one with kind of like it's puzzling to me. Anyway, 2.495. It's been sitting around for a while, and 3.7 acres on the escarpment with a nice looking home is worth something for sure, but I don't know. I'm not feeling this photo gallery. I think someone needs to come in and just knock it out of the park. So there we go. I hope you can join us tonight for Ethan's fundraiser and some good silent auction prizes there too. There's Leaf tickets. There's some stuff signed by Don Cherry. We've got spa packages. There's all kinds of great things. A wine basket. So if you want to come by, even if you just donate $5 or $10. If you're in the area between 5 and 10, it all goes towards a good cause. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.